Good afternoon, everybody. Yes, I was confused, Oscar. Just
Time has
kind
no
of got
meaning in the quarantine. Time is breaking down.
it is. I no longer know what day it is, and I'm to the point now where I don't know what hour it is. I mean, I know how to tell time, and I could
How to tell
look.
the time. Yeah, that could be the first one.
I know how to tell time, but it's just really confusing these days. How about for you? Are you feeling kind of the same?
Well, yes, it's becoming a bit of a blur, but if I know time, that means it will go faster, which means quarantine will end sooner if we don't count the days, right?
I don't know if that actually makes time go faster.
Sure it does, yeah. Because like on the opposite side, if you watch a clock go tick, 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 it takes a long time.
It takes the same amount of time. It's a perception thing.
Well, what's the difference between perception and reality, Terry? I don't think there is any.
I don't either. All right, so I see that we have some people with us. So please tell us your name and where you are from. My name is Terry. I'm with the Mayes Florence School in Via Baraka, but I am from the United States, from Seattle specifically, which is in the Northwest, almost to Canada. And if Seattle seems familiar, it's probably because you watched Grey's Anatomy or because you like Nirvana and Kurt Cobain. Today I am coming to you live with my wonderful, charming co-teacher, Oscar.
Hello, good
Hey.
afternoon. Yes, my name is Oscar. I am a teacher at the Via Baraka School in Florence with Terry, but I am not from Seattle. I got close to Seattle relatively. I got to San Francisco, but I'm not from Seattle. I'm from a town called Hastings. Hastings is in South England by the sea, near Brighton.
So I love teaching with Oscar because Oscar has that very clear British accent, whereas I have an American accent. So we often have conversations, and I learn some British English, and he learns sometimes American English. So welcome, Juliana from Milan, and Alex. You were with us the other day. Alex from Bologna, and you
Hello.
study in Mayes in Bologna. Okay,
Yeah,
excellent.
thanks for joining us, guys.
Thanks also for participating. The more you participate, yay, Syria from Bologna also. Do you know Alex? Do you go to the same school perhaps? All right. So the more you participate, the better it is for us, the more we can help you. And also, time goes faster if you participate, I think. Perception of time goes faster.
And the quarantine ends sooner. Basically, guys, the more you interact, the sooner quarantine ends.
Well, I'm going to go out and start interacting now.
Okay. Yeah. Virtually, not in person.
Okay, darn it. All right, so today's topic is how to. Oscar, can you give them a preview?
How to. In this focus activity, writing instructions, sequencing words, talking about hobbies.
Thank you. So fabulous. Today, it's really, really important that you interact. this is a writing focus. So we can help you with your writing, and you can share some ideas with us. So let's jump right in.
Let's do it.
All right. So here are some different questions. The first one, for example, Oscar, what is your favorite hobby?
What is your favorite hobby? Yes. My favorite hobby is reading. I love reading. I love reading fantasy books and, yes, using my imagination.
So why do you like reading so much?
Because it's a very different experience to anything else when you create a world in your own mind. I think it's amazing.
I think you're right. Very interesting.
Mm.
How often do you read?
Well, if I like a book, I will read it all day. I will read it every spare hour I have, because I am a book addict. But sometimes I go for some weeks without reading a book. So it depends.
Okay. And with who do you read with?
I read alone. With me, myself, and Oscar.
So, Oscar, I like to read too. And often in the evenings, Domenico, my boyfriend, we will both have our books or our Kindles, and we will read together in the evening. I know it's usually a solo hobby. Syria says, my favorite hobbies are reading and fitness. Syria, absolutely wonderful plural hobbies, plural verb. Kudos. Brava. Very well written.
Juliana and Alex, what are your favorite hobbies? Let us know. Good. Okay.
So where do you like to read?
I read in my bed because it's the most comfortable place in the world.
In the world, okay. So Juliana says, my favorite hobby is doing yoga and watching my favorite series. This is Us when my children sleep. So just a couple of things. Remember, my favorite hobby is gerund, doing yoga, watching my favorite series. And because children is plural, the verb will also be in that plural third person. So my children sleep, but really great, Juliana.
Yeah, very good.
Oscar, tell us about Alex's hobbies.
Alex says, my favorite hobbies are reading and walking in the mountains. Good. But my real hobby is organizing a street art festival in Marzabotto near Bologna. Oh, very interesting.
Wow.
Good, Alex. Like it, yeah.
You organize street art festivals? My real hobby is organizing only one festival, or do you organize the festival maybe annually? Wow. So when the quarantine is over, Alex, when is the street art festival? And can we come?
Yeah. Does it have a name? Yeah.
Wow, excellent. Okay. So other people
Terry,
like
let me ask you.
Okay.
What is your favorite hobby?
My favorite hobby is exploring towns in Italy.
Good hobby. Like it. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Seamus is our assistant director of studies at Maya Sevilla Baraka. And Seamus, thank you for the comment. I don't know if I believe that it's really your favorite hobby, but thank you.
I know his favorite hobby. He's told me. Alex, the festival's name is Penelli Rebelli. Okay.
Going to IKEA. Okay, so my favorite hobby, Seamus, is not watching webinars, but it is exploring towns in Italy.
That's cool. Okay. How often do you explore towns in Italy?
Now, never. Before the quarantine, I liked to get up maybe once a month. I would get up on Saturday or Sunday morning, go to the train station, buy a ticket, and go somewhere different, somewhere I had not been before.
Okay, good. Hello, Antonella. Thank you for joining us. Antonella, what is your favorite hobby? Let us know. What is your favorite hobby? Terry, who do you explore Italy with?
Well, it is different depending on when I go. I have explored some towns with my boyfriend. I have also explored other towns with friends, whoever is free and available.
Very good. And where do you go?
It's different every time. Sometimes I buy a ticket for a specific destination. Sometimes I buy a ticket to a far destination, say Bologna, say Verona, and I go on the train, and if I see a little town and there is a station and I see that we are arriving at the station, I might get off the train and go explore. So,
Very nice.
Seamus, Terry, do you have a travel scratch map? What is a scratch map? And what city or town in Italy would you like to go to next? Seamus, I would really like to return to Verona next. I have not been to Verona for several years, and I want to see if it lives up to how I remember it, because I remember it as one of the most charming cities I have ever seen.
That's a good recommendation. A scratch map is where you get like a coin and you rub off the countries on the map you've been to. Yeah, they're quite cool. I've got one for my dad as a gift.
You rub off the countries you've been to? You like destroy them with a coin?
It's like, like a lottery ticket. You scratch it off, and then below it's like all coloured in.
Oh.
So the whole thing would be like gold, for example, and when you scratch off, it goes into colour.
Well, then, I think I will go on Amazon. I can't go outside. I think I'll go on Amazon and see if I can find one.
No, it's my gift idea for you. Don't do that. All right, Syria and Juliana. Alex, can you tell us about your hobbies? How often do you do them? With who? And where? Tell us some more information. Yes, we'd like to know.
Juliana, Syria, Alex, tell us. Answer these questions for you. Who do you do yoga with? Who do you, well, reading, as Oscar said, it's kind of a solo hobby, but I
Or
read
maybe
with
you might read with your partner. I like that. Sounds nice. And you might read
It's relaxing.
to children, or you might read to your partner. No judgment. Yeah.
All right. Alice says, my favorite, singular. In Italian, we conjugate the adjectives to plural if the noun is plural, but not in English. So my favorite hobbies are walking and reading. So where do you like to go walking? And with who do you go walking with? Okay. So I wanted to see. All right. Sorry, my mind is wandering. I
That's
can't.
also
My mind
also a good hobby is to your mind to explore as well.
daydreaming,
Yeah,
daydreaming. All right. So think about your favorite hobby. Oscar, will you read for us?
absolutely. You are an expert. Write an article for a magazine about your favorite hobby. Start with introducing the hobby. To begin, think about why this is a good hobby. When can you do it? What time of year? Why do you like it? What's great about it? Example, I love skiing because skiing is my favorite hobby because.
All right. So I think the objective in this lesson is to write about some of your favorite hobbies and to write using specific language. So, Massimo from Bologna, welcome. So, writing about our favorite hobbies. Oscar, can you give them an example using your favorite hobby?
Sure. I love reading because it's relaxing and lets me be imaginative.
I'll write for you if you want.
It's okay. So, why do you like can use some grids? Right, guys. So, why do you like your hobbies? And can you use some great adjectives to describe them? Some interesting adjectives. Juliana, I usually do yoga once a week, but yesterday, for example, I did it with my children, but I prefer doing it alone now in the quarantine.
We need that subject pronoun because I usually do yoga once a week, can stay alone. You can put a punto period and finish the sentence. But if you continue, but in the second clause, we need the subject pronoun again. So, um, before, I went to the gym 5 times a week and I often read. Now I'm reading and I'm doing my workout every day.
Really good,
Serious?
Surya.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah,
great adverbs of frequency, great structure. Capital I makes me happy.
yeah,
All right,
fantastic.
well done. Well
Yeah,
done.
okay.
Alex. Now, Alex, do you mean you read tre quarte, tre quarte, 3/4 of a book, or do you mean 3 to 4 books? 3 to 4 books a month. So I think Alex really likes to read, and I think he means I read 3 to 4 books a month. I go walking in the mountains or hills with friends or alone every weekend. That's a typo, I see that. I do the festival once a year during the summer with 4 friends. Very nice.
Very good.
My hobby is looking at dogs on Instagram. This is a good hobby because dogs are super cute and it makes me smile and laugh. You can do this hobby anytime and any day of the year. Thank you, Seamus. Excellent.
Very good. Yeah. Antonella, I walk and I usually read, adverb of frequency before the verb, and I usually read all day. At the moment I read, but I don't walk all day. For me, it's very relaxing walking in the city centre, but I also like trekking in the mountains. Good. Okay. I'll type that out.
Excellent. Wow. All right. So when I was younger, my hobby was ice skating. Ice skating is a great hobby because it is relaxing and it's good exercise. In Florence, you can only ice skate during the winter, but in most cities in America, we have rinks, which are places you can skate inside all year long. It's a great sport and for someone who wants to compete, and it's a great hobby for people who just want to relax and get some exercise.
I did it in the ice rink here in Florence, and I did not find it relaxing. Perhaps I was still learning. No, I found it painful.
I was an ice skating coach for years, so
Really?
yeah.
Oh man, I should have got some lessons. Yeah.
So yeah, for me, it's just relaxing.
That's cool. No, I think it's a really good sport to do.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So Oscar says.
Yeah, I was doing a correction of Antonella. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Just writing
Okay.
how I do it. Yeah.
All right. I like to do yoga because it is relaxing and my mind forgets everything and I feel good. I think it's okay. My mind forgets everything.
Yeah.
I would say, and I forget everything, but I think it's okay this way. What do you think?
No, I think it's really good. Yeah. Just remember we're talking about third person, the mind. So forgets. Really good.
I forget, my mind forgets. Wow.
Yeah. Alex, I love reading because I'm very curious and I want to learn everything. I like walking in the mountains because it's relaxing. I think in Italian, reflexive, it relaxes me. But in English, you can just say because it's relaxing. Okay?
But you can say it relaxes me because that's not reflexive.
Do that, yeah.
It relaxes, being the verb me, but I agree with you. So in Italian, we have all of these different reflexive verbs. Mi vesto, mi lavo, mi sveglio. But in English, we don't have reflexive verbs. We have reflexive pronouns. Myself, yourself, himself, herself, ourselves, themselves. And we don't use these with verbs that we usually do for ourselves. For example, mi lavo. We don't say I wash myself because it would be really strange for someone else to wash me. I always wash myself. So we just say I wash. I wash my face. So I relax, not I relax myself. Really great, though. This is really confusing for a lot of Italian speakers going to English or English speakers learning Italian. All right. Seamus, my least favorite hobby is playing double with my fiance. It's a card game that requires speed and attention to detail, like Snap. My fiance always beats me, so I get angry and sad. Seamus. Number one, it's a game. Don't get angry. And number two, capital I. Capital I. Io, I. All right. Oscar, would you read for us?
Sure. My favorite hobbies are scuba diving and photography. I love doing it alone. I feel good underwater because I'm alone in the silence. Very good, Massimo. Yeah. Scuba diving is incredibly relaxing when you're underwater and you can't hear anything and it just feels amazing in a different world. I love scuba diving. Good. Look at when you press this, Terry. Look at this. Terry, can you see me? Hello.
Yeah. Oh no, almost no, not at all.
Terry, I'm still here.
All right. So just one thing I want to point out, because this is a really common mistake for Italian learners when they write in English. The io, I, always capital, sempre maiuscolo. You, no. He, she, no. But io, I, always capital. Okay? All right. Really good, though. We're getting a lot of great sentences.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
So, Oscar, this isn't something, well, you know what? Okay. So, this particular slide talks about how usually we do these lessons in person. And so you write and we correct. We can't do this with your with what you write on chat. But what I want you to do is I will show you sentences, and each sentence has one error. Your job is to write the sentences correctly. Okay? Before we start, Sirius says, Mailman, Sirius says, fitness is a beautiful activity because it's good for the body and mind. You can do it everywhere. You can do it alone or with your friends. Fabulous.
Really good, Syria. Lovely.
Excellent. All right. So back to, sorry, my boyfriend's like, package. Can you get it? Sorry. Hello.
It's okay.
Okay. So corrections. Each sentence has one error. You don't have to write the complete sentence, but write the part that is not correct, but write it correctly. So, Oscar, shall we read these sentences?
Absolutely. Number one, I like camping because I like to be in nature.
The best thing about photography is sharing your photos with your friends. You can also give them as gifts.
People think skydiving is dangerous, but it isn't.
Yoga can be a sport relaxing.
Writing a blog is a new hobby.
You can go skiing in the weekend.
All right, guys, you got 6 sentences there. What are the corrections? Can you write the correction? Yes.
All right. So something that I want to make sure you know is that these corrections can be anything. It could be that it needs It could be that there is a capital letter and it shouldn't be capital. Excellent, Syria. Excellent, Alice. Way to go. All right.
Very good. Massimo, nice.
So when we write corrections, no, Alex, that you is correct. I know why you think it shouldn't be, but this phrase is missing something. So Massimo and Alex. Number 2, you is correct because this phrase is perhaps too long. So what do we need to do?
The best thing about photography is sharing your photos with friends. You can also give them as gifts.
I don't think so, Oscar. All right. So this is what I was starting to say before the mailman. Sorry, distracted. All right.
Terry, can you do a live streaming unboxing of your package? I think that's very fashionable nowadays. We can watch you react to opening it.
Okay. So point is not called point or punto. It's called a period. And you are absolutely correct, Alex. I could, but it's really boring. My mother-in-law has sent my boyfriend and I masks.
All right. Yeah, that is pretty boring.
All right. So missing the punctuation. Full stop, point, period, after friends. Seamus, thank you. But it's not a point, Seamus, it's a period. All right. So number 3, Alex had it. People with capital.
Nice.
All right. Alex again, relaxing sport. But Alex, the R is not going to be capital. So the words are in the wrong order. All right. Syria, relaxing sport. Excellent. Yay. Writing a blog is a new hobby.
Not quite, Alex. It's still singular. Just writing a blog is one hobby.
Mm-hmm.
Would you write a blog, Terry, when you go visit? Oh, Antonella's got it.
Alice, very good. No, I don't write a blog, and I don't read blogs, but I've been told that I should probably start writing one. I should have started writing one day 1 of quarantine. You all could have seen the slow unraveling and going crazy that's happened.
Oh, don't worry. With these webinars, we can actually watch it.
Oh, we can go back to the beginning and see the slow, crazy.
The difference between the start of the quarantine and the webinars.
That's a scary thought, Oscar. All right, you can go skiing in the weekend. What do we need to change?
Yeah, last one, guys. What do you think? In the weekend.
The prepositions are very difficult, you know, going from English to Italian or Italian to English.
Yeah.
Because we use them so completely differently. You study Italian. Have you found any difficulties with the prepositions?
Well, Terry, I looked at the prepositions in Italian, because there's about 25 with the different conjugations, and then I burst into tears and stopped learning Italian.
All right.
I mainly, when I'm speaking Italian, I just do like al, no matter what. Yeah.
Syria? No, it's correct at that part. You can go skiing. Remember that you can go skiing. You can go running, always without to. You can go to the store. We use to when it's followed by a place, by a noun. But if it's followed by the verb, it's going to be the gerund. Weekend should be morning, afternoon, or evening. Okay, Seamus, I don't disagree, but it always has to be in the weekend. I mean, in the winter. Ha. All right. So, back to your hobbies. You are going to tell us about hobbies and how can I begin your hobby? Oscar, can you tell them what they're about to do?
Okay. Describe how someone can start doing this hobby. What equipment do you need? Do you need to take a class? How much time does it take? E.g., first you need to, then you can, next you should. So we've got yoga, fitness, organizing a music festival, scuba diving, trekking in the mountains. How can we start this hobby? If you want to introduce the hobby to a friend, what advice can we say? What suggestions? Yeah.
And remember, as Oscar read, he introduced you to some sequencing words. First, then, next, after that, in the end. So we use these to put things in order without saying first, second, third, fourth. We use sequencing words to make it more like a story. So, Oscar, your favorite hobby is reading. How can someone start doing this hobby?
I think to start reading, you should think about what types of books you want to read, what genres, what categories you think are interesting. For me, I'm a big nerd, so I love fantasy and science fiction. So I always go for those. Luckily, there's a lot of books in those categories, so it usually keeps me busy. What about exploring Italy?
Well, first, I think you should buy a map. Then you can see which towns are closer, which towns are further away, so that you can decide if you are going to go for a single day or maybe an entire weekend. Next, you should look online for the price of train tickets, the train schedule. After that, if you want, you can also look online for reviews of restaurants, things to see, maybe specific monuments that might interest you. And in the end, you get on a train and go.
Good, like it.
Oscar?
Oh, who wrote this? To learn polar bear riding, first you should say your prayers, then you should practice with horses. Yeah, good advice. Thank you. Good hobby, I've heard. It's quite a big deal in Tuscany.
Well, polar bear riding. First, Oscar, where can I find a polar bear?
You can go to Svalbard. Svalbard is the northmost human settlement in the world.
Okay. Next, my question would be, how can I saddle a polar bear?
Slowly, very slowly. Very stealthily.
How do you say saddle in Italian? Ah, sella. Okay.
Sella. Okay. I thought you were
All
going to
right.
ask Google how to saddle a polar bear and see what it said.
Well, I needed the word for saddle first. So how can you saddle a polar bear? I don't think I want to try.
First, you need a step ladder. Then you need night vision
A
goggles.
tranquilizer. Then you need a tranquilizer.
Yeah, that really helps. Once you've used a tranquilizer on yourself, you'll feel much calmer for what you're about to do.
I was thinking for the bear, but all right. All right. So tell us, let's see, we've seen that people like doing yoga, people like doing fitness activities, hiking in the mountains. Tell us, how can someone start doing your hobby?
Mm-hmm.
Juliana, do you need to contact the school or the teacher to do a yoga lesson? And you can try and understand if you like that. So remember, Juliana, question structure or sentence phrase. So affermazione. Question, do you? Affermazione or sentence, you do. But we wouldn't say you do. We would say you need to contact the school or the teacher to do a yoga lesson. And you can try and understand if you like that. Very good. Just remove the do.
Mm-hmm. Alex, first you need to find people. Okay, so this is slightly different. Find people that are interested in
That?
organizing. Yeah. Or who. And then we have, and that have a passion for street art. Then you can search street artists and places. Next, you should search walls and do a lot of briefings. Interesting. Alex, what are briefings? Is that like a meeting with people? Let's know. Okay. Would you like to look at Syria, Perry?
Sure. Okay, sorry, I was just writing the first sentence of Alex.
Yeah, you read fine.
So, Syria, first, you go to the gym. Second, you need a trainer. Next, you must have 1 hour of free time. Then with the N, when you have practiced, you can do it alone. Very nice.
I'll write the correction there. It's there. Got it.
Oh. All right. Thank you. I will stop writing the correction.
We're a good team,
All
Terry.
right.
We cover each other. I like it. Massimo. Okay. To begin scuba diving, you need a wetsuit, fins, regulator, mask, and last but not least, the tank. You need a certification, which can take from 1 to 3 months to obtain or to get.
I am certified as a scuba diver. I'm also certified for night diving.
Nice.
Do you scuba dive, Oscar?
A little bit, and I did a night dive, and I absolutely loved it. It was so cool. Yeah.
It's fabulous.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. And Massimo also said, for photography, if you are not capable, a life is not enough. So if you aren't good at it, a lifetime is not enough time to learn or to become good at it. That's sad. Now I'm sad. I'm not good at it, Massimo, but I still like to do it. I just want to go back to this one, Massimo, for just a moment. Remember that in Italian we say per fare, per iniziare, per andare. So literally translated, this would be for and the infinitive, for to begin, for to eat. But remember, for and to are never together in English. So if you think per fare, per qualsiasi cosa, you have to stop with the for and just use the verb in the infinitive. All right. Briefing. Speak about the organization. So a briefing is a meeting. A briefing is to talk about exactly. That's and Alex, you use the American English spelling with the Z, whereas in British English, I believe, Oscar, you would use an S, not the Z.
Oh, yes. Yeah. You love your Z's, you Americans. I don't know why,
We
but
do.
you love them.
Maybe because it's such a highly underused letter that we just feel like we need to use it. I don't know.
Okay. Well, Seamus, my hobby is collecting old video games. To begin this hobby, you need lots of money and knowledge of the games you want. Next, you need good negotiation skills and patience to collect all the games. Very good. Yeah.
All right. So, Seamus, what is your favorite old video game? And Massimo, where is your favorite place to scuba dive? Syria, what is your favorite gym to do favorite exercise to do at the gym? Alex, what is your favorite part of organizing this festival or your favorite part of the art? And Juliana, how long have you been doing yoga? Did
Terry,
I miss anybody?
that's pretty good.
Alicia.
Can I ask a question?
Of course.
Right, guys. Are there any negative things about your hobbies? Any negative things that might make it difficult, etc.? What do you think? We've got a few minutes left. Let us know. Seamus, are there any negative things about collecting old video games? I would say it would make it very hard to find a partner, but you are engaged, so that's not true. Well done.
That's great.
What about, I mean, there's no negative to exploring Italy. There can't be.
No, well, the only negative is that sometimes I have to stop short. I have to leave a place before I want to because I have a ticket to return or because I have to work the next day. So that would be the only real downside is just not having enough time to really see everything I want to see. Is there any negative or downside to reading?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Oh, Massimo, my favorite place for scuba diving is the next one I've never seen. That is beautiful. You're making me cry. I love that. Really good. Yeah. Is the next place. Good. Yeah. Okay, so the negatives for reading are that you can get lost in the book and ignore everything else
True.
in life. You
It's
can
very
also
true.
stay up too late reading, so you are tired the next day. You can.
My favorite exercises are those. I don't know quite what that means, Syria. Can you tell me? Juliana, oh, whoops. I'm doing yoga so I've been una struttura più avanzata. Okay. I've been doing yoga for about 3 years. Excellent. Oscar?
My favorite old video game is Road Rash, Nintendo 64. It is a violent motorbike racing game. The negative aspects of my hobby are the cost of video games and finding rare video games.
Wow.
And difficulty finding rare video games. Good, Seamus, lovely. Oh, yeah, that was
to walk. Walking doesn't have any negative things. There is nothing negative about walking, but when it is raining, it is not relaxing. All right,
yeah.
one more, and then we need to sign off. Alex, my favorite time is when I meet people under the wall. The negative thing is speaking with mayors or similar in the town. All right. Everyone, thank you so very much.
Yeah.
Thank you for your participation, interaction. This was one of the most fun webinars I've ever done. Oscar.
Yeah, absolutely. Well done, guys. We hope that we will see you soon. Keep practicing your English, keep doing the webinars, and stay safe.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah.